Well, we all knew Hasbro sucked, but we didn't know how much. Now, of course, we all knew Hasbro was a shit company, but I think this proves they might be a lot worse than we thought. So over at Magic the Gathering Arena, now keep in mind, Wizard of the Coast and Magic the Gathering are the big breadwinners for Hasbro. This is where the money's at. Not G.I. Joe guys. Wizards of the Coast. But anyway, they got with the Communications Workers of America and decided to form a union. That seems like an extreme move. Why would they do that? Well, it says here, why are we organizing? Then we're seeking better treatment for union members. Okay, let's look at what they're talking about. Layoff protections. Now, this one seems pretty obvious. I mean, Hasbro's been doing a lot of layoffs. In fact, in Wizards of the Coast, they laid off the person who was the head of the most successful part of Magic the Gathering. Now, somebody's going to sit here and say, well, that's practical because they worked there for so long and they were making so much money, blah, 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 blah. That's a sensible business solution. Okay, I want you to just put a little pin in this, keep it in your brain, because this becomes much more important later. Remote work protections. Hot button issue, of course, but they're insisting a lot of people return to office, and their argument is, hey, this has been working just fine without having to return to office. Some people live out of state, and I'm pretty sure moving to Seattle violates something in the Geneva Convention. Sorry, laser pants. One of the more interesting ones, though. Generative AI protections. Over the past few years, pressure has ramped up from leadership to adopt LMs and Gen AI tools in various aspects of the work at Wizards of the Coast. Often over explicit concerns of impacted employees, Wizards of the Coast lacks a robust AI policy, leaving opportunities for abuse and communicating a level of disrespect for artists and other creatives. Now, you got to think back. There was a big AI scandal about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Wizards of the Coast said, we're never using AI again. Weeks later, everybody's favorite CEO, Chris Cox, was bragging about AI and talking about how he's going to use it and use it and use it and use it. And Wizards of the Coast is sitting there going, well, we got egg on our face. So yeah, this is their response to that. Now, I told you to put a pin in the layoff. Sustainable workload. Employee experiences with crunch intense mandatory unpaid overtime to meet deadlines vary widely from team to project, with some teams crunching on a regular basis just to get planned work out the door. Increasing workload without matching headcount is important, has led to many workers having unacceptable experience with crunch. We need to take better care of our employees by enacting strong protections around workload expectations. The point they're saying here is that they have laid off people to the point people are working uncompensated overtime. And I don't know about you, but I've never been in a job where I didn't get something for overtime. At the very minimum, I was given extra time off. I mean, I did pull an 80-hour week and then just take the week off the next week. That's unacceptable. I would argue that should violate some labor laws. Yeah, that was, that one caught me. I dug a little deeper and I found there are stories of employees who sleep under their desks at work to be able to sustain this, which is ridiculous. That floored me. That really floored me. It gets worse. Define career progression. Okay, this is I'm going to gloss over a little bit because this is just, things are vague on opportunities and stuff like that. And I've seen jobs do that. And usually it's one of those things that are like very frustrating, but it's not really terrible. But when you add all this other frustration in, like overworking, yeah, that makes it become a bit more. And then, this is a big one. Our free time is our own. Currently, if an employee makes anything creative in their free time with their own resources, Hasbro may claim ownership. What we do in our free time should not be dictated by the company, neither should what we make in our free time be owned by the company. That's huge. Now, if you remember the open gaming license thing from third parties making games for D&D, it's exactly the same thing they put in that. Wonder where they got this mentality. They could do it. Gee, because they've been doing it to their employees God knows how long. I mean, this essentially means, let's take it to a Hasbro level. You work at Hasbro. You go home, and with some of your Mattel He-Man figures you make a custom. Hasbro technically owns that, under this kind of a rule. Draw a doodle on a napkin. Hasbro owns it. And some people say, no, that's not what I mean. It's right there in black and white, dude. That's exactly what it means. And to me, that's fucking wrong. Under no circumstances should a company own something you do on your time. It would be like my job trying to claim my YouTube channel. I don't know why they would. I mean, but that would be the same thing. And I guess that's the thing is, nobody is talking about this. Now, this went by. Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast refused to recognize the union, and there's talks that they're going to go on strike, which is going to be very interesting. We'll see how it goes. But, you know, it does make you wonder what's going to happen here, because this is their moneymaker. This is where, you know, when they lose a lot of money in other places, this is what makes up for it. If you really think about it, that means they got the leverage. But, you know, if they're treating the big money makers this bad, what are they doing to the guys that are losing money? I mean, and I know the free time they're on, somebody's going to say, oh, well, it's to prevent competition. Well, why would you be scared of competition? Oh, yeah, because Bobby Ball's kicking your ass in the toy market. Then again, if you'd cared about that, you would have kept track of your trademarks. This was big. There was an online petition for this. I don't think it's viable anymore because the May 1st deadline has gone by. Or it might be, I don't know. There's a link to it here. I'll put the links to this letter specifically and to this website in the description. This is just huge. And I was really confused as to why nobody was talking about it. Literally no one had talked about this. I did see this on another YouTube channel and I was floored. Very, very floored to hear about specifically the workload and the free time. Anything done in free time belongs to Hasbro. That's fucking ridiculous. There is absolutely no way to justify that. No way. Makes me glad I don't work for Wizards of the Coast. Holy shit. Thanks for watching. Try to spread the word. This blew me out of the water. It really did. But thank you, and you guys take care. Hasbro's disgusting.